Let's talk about, we got this story from the New York Post. Jen Psaki breaks down while discussing harsh and cruel LGBTQ legislation.
Well, sounds mean. Sounds like there's some
terrible.
mean laws.
Yeah.
Here we go.
there.
White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki began sobbing during an interview this week as she talked about a spate of bills that critics say are targeting gay and transgender children, claiming that kids are being used as weapons in a political culture war. Psaki was asked during the interview with News Not Noise podcast about legislation like Florida's so-called Don't Say Gay bill, which prohibits the discussion of sexual orientation or gender identity in kindergarten through third grade, as well as instruction on those topics, and in a place and manner that's not age appropriate. Quote, "This is a political wedge issue and an attempt to win a culture war," Psaki said as she began audibly weeping. And they're doing that in a way that is harsh and cruel to a community of kids. I'm going to get emotional about this issue because it's horrible, but it's like kids who are bullied and all these leaders are taking steps to hurt them and hurt their lives and hurt their families. And you look at some of these laws in these states and it's going after parents who are in loving relationships who have kids. It's completely outrageous. Sorry, this is an issue that makes me completely crazy. Jen Psaki is a sociopath.
I don't want completely crazy people in government.
Well,
She admitted it.
Not going to get anyone
So
else.
first of all, the New York Post should not be calling it LGBTQ legislation. New York Post, Mark Moore, you should correct this because the parental rights and education has more to do with parents having access to information about the schools, and gender identity and orientation is also about being straight. It's just orientation, which could be straight or not, in which case it is just legislation on sex ed. And it's not even that. It's the parental rights and education bill. So get that right. Jen Psaki knows this. Look, we are well past the point where I'm going to assume Jen Psaki doesn't know about what this bill is. She's crying crocodile tears to manipulate people because liberals are people who, according to Jonathan Haidt's research, are more interested in care and fairness, more emotional aspects, as opposed to sanctity, purity, authority, loyalty, etc., liberty. So when you approach a conservative, and they have 6 moral foundations, there is authority and loyalty, there is sanctity, purity, things like that. And you say dryly and as matter-of-factly, they're going to say, okay, the left needs to win by making you cry, by crying and begging for care, begging for sympathy. So when Jen starts crying, she wants people to go, "Oh, Jen, it's so, aw."
Well, it's so embarrassing. I mean, I remember after...
No, but it works.
Freaking North
It
Korea.
works
Care
with
what you
some
think.
people. One thing that I saw after the 2016 election that really struck me was the fact that they were posting pictures of themselves crying. And I thought, how can you have such little dignity that you think that's a good look? I would be mortified. First of all, if I cried over an election and I was sitting there bawling my eyes out, you can believe I wouldn't be posting pictures of it on the internet the next day as if that was a good look for me.
As we're talking about it, I'm thinking Hitler's girlfriend probably cried when he killed himself. Like, yeah, crying emotional doesn't mean you're right. People get emotional about evil if they're on the side of evil. So
Yeah,
this girl's
them.
totally lost it.
Yeah.
I've watched murderers cry in videos of, like, they're in a criminal trial and they're crying.
I think Psaki's outsized role in the White House is something worth discussing beyond the points that you're making about her misleading and false statements. It's almost as if she's presidential. You know, they issued a statement from Jen Psaki on, I don't know, something had passed just last week or something that they objected to. And it was a statement as if the president had issued it. It was a statement by White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki. And I remember thinking, well, this is odd. It sounds presidential. And to me, her outsized role in this administration is further indication of the diminished cognitive abilities of the president of the United States.
Yeah.
It's clear.
Come on, man.
She is running. Yeah, come on, boy. She is running the show, and certainly beyond any normal press secretary.
Donald Trump was
Except for Joseph
funny.
Goebbels.
Donald Trump was funny, and he talked in a funny way. You know what I absolutely love about Trump is this bit where he will say something outrageous, and then when the press challenges him, he'll be like, "Well, that's what I was told." like that, like if that absolves him of being wrong. So it's like, I laugh at that. I'm critical of it. Donald Trump will be like, we've got this new medication coming out, and they're like, "Sir, a question, Mr. President, that is not correct. You're talking about an old report that's since been debunked." Well, I was told this just a moment ago. That's what I was told, and it's funny because that's like his defense. Joe Biden is different. Like, that's Donald Trump's like cognitive faculties trying to muster up something. You know, he can't just come out and be like, okay, well, I was wrong about that because he's Trump. But at least he said something we understand.
Right.
Well, they told me that, and that's why I'm saying it. Joe Biden, he says America can be described in one word. I'm from inheritment. And I was like, what word was that? And then you've got next no recent, Batacalf care, shouldn't on shop at pressure. The dude's not even speaking words.
I think you missed his point. He was saying this country is indescribable. It's the feeling it gives him.
It's just the emotions
It was-
coming out
It
of
is
his
so
mouth.
overwhelming he can't speak.
You know, it'd be funny if, like, on the teleprompter, it actually said that. And it's like,
Indescribable.
when everybody makes fun of him, he gets sad because he thought he made up a great new word. Because
Well,
Does that not sound like a Snopes line? Dude, Webster's going to start adding this stuff to the
He's
dictionary.
like a rock
Right,
musician
right.
from the early 90s.
you know, on a sidebar Judicial Watch issue, we had caught Psaki lying about Biden's dog bites. Major was running around and he wasn't just nipping at people because he was startled. He was shooting across the driveway to attack people, shooting across 10 feet of room to go after agents and biting the heck out of them.
didn't he hurt Biden himself? Like Biden.
Biden
Yes.
supposedly fell.
He had a
taking care
story-
of-
Wait, hold on. Joe Biden was showering with his dog in the room. Right?
No, all right, so I got to pull the
And
story
he
up.
fell out of the-
So Joe Biden says he broke foot tripping after shower when he pulled his dog's tail.
Yes.
Why
This
was
is
the
real.
dog
That's
in the
an actual
bathroom?
headline.
Wait, hold
No,
on. Why
it's-
was the dog in the
I
bathroom?
don't know, but
it's a German Shepherd. They are
just
protective
want
in
love.
that.
So-
They're going to be there.
He
In
says
the
the story.
bathroom?
To
If
be
you let
fair,
him.
all right. To be fair, we got the description originally from Joe Biden. It's not like Jen Psaki was out there like the president saw his dog and tried to grab its tail after a shower. Like Joe Biden's like, "Hi, saw my dog, man, after the shower. I grabbed his tail, the little rascal." It's like it's one of the
does sound
funniest
something
things.
like it's
it's
something to do.
hysterical.
It does sound
It
weird.
sounds very much like a Biden quote. No, you guys should look it up and listen. It's actually
Great
hysterical.
story.
It's like one of the
Wow.
funniest things he said that we overlooked.
The most funnily accurate thing that Joe Biden has said
Yeah,
recently.
love it.
But
I'm looking
Psaki
forward to
gets
this.
out there and she says, "Hey, it was a minor dog bite." And the secret, we just got the email. Secret Service agents were furious.
Yeah, they're not
Very,
happy.
look, they're lucky they didn't have to put the dog down. It was
Yeah.
that crazy.
I'm surprised they didn't, man.
Let me read this. He says, "Quote: What happened was I got out of the shower. Actually, can you see that, Seamus?
Yeah.
Can you Joe Biden that for us?
Come on, man.
Yeah.
What happened was I got out of the shower. I got a dog, and anyone who's been around my house who knows, little pup dropped a ball in front of me, and for me to grab the ball." Biden told CNN journalist Jake Tapper in the first post-election interview with Vice President-elect Kamala Harris. And I'm walking through this little alleyway to get to the bedroom, and I grab the ball like this, and he ran. And I'm joking, running after him and grab his tail. And what happens is that he slid on a throw rug, and I tripped on the rug he slid on. That's what happened. Oh man, not a very exciting story.
He said he was running down an alleyway.
So
It
yeah,
was
I
his
don't,
hallway.
he says he got. Maybe I should
Little
animate this
alleyway.
one. We
Yes,
animated.
good.
You should
we-
animate that story.
Great.
Because we animated the corn pop story and it helped a lot of people understand it better. We just used his narration. But yeah, he's basically saying he got out of the shower. He got out of the shower and his dog had a ball, so he started chasing his dog and
hold
roughhousing
on.
with him.
I just want you to imagine this, right? So let's be fair. The dog must not have been in the bathroom. Because it doesn't say that. But so Joe
I mean,
Biden,
well-
is he wearing a towel or did he get out of the shower?
I was picturing him with a towel on.
I'm picturing him.
No.
I hope he had a towel on.
Because
Unfortunately, I'm not.
originally I thought he climbed out of the shower
Speaking of
naked.
Secret
He probably
Service.
slipped in the shower and broke his foot, and now he's created this stupid story. And he's like, "And what happened was," which is a sign of a liar when they buy time, when
Here's
they're in the
what
middle of a
happened,
conversation.
yeah.
Longtime journalist Ron Kessler reported that the Secret Service complained about Biden's swimming habits as being wildly inappropriate.
in the buff.
Yep.
Wait, what?
Gross.
Really?
It's in the book.
You can do a lot with that one, Seamus.
I know
Like,
that could be an
I-
interesting cartoon.
I'm sure you can find the audio of him telling the story.
I remember looking for it a while ago because I had the same idea. This story was pointed out to me, and I couldn't believe that I missed it when it happened. So I was searching for the audio clips. I think I had trouble finding it. It might have just been something he said to a reporter that was quoted in the press and wasn't actually filmed.
The
But
reason I think
if y'all
he's-
can find it, send it to me, please.
I think he's lying about the story is because if he's going to tell a story about how he was chasing his dog down the hallway and pulled its tail and broke his foot, why would he bring up the shower part of it? It was completely irrelevant to the story. So obviously it was part of the story.
The bigger
Duh,
the
you
story, the
slip
bigger
in-
the lie. That's the old saying. So typically among kids, when they're lying, they try to explain every possible thing. When in reality, it's like, how did you break your foot? I was playing with the dog. I fell.
Yeah.
That's it. It's like I fell playing with the dog. I'm like, oh.
But the reality is he's 76
see?
and he
And then,
slipped
like-
in the shower. I mean, that's my guess. I don't know that.
I don't know whether he's lying or because honestly, I 1,000,000% believe that this is something he would do. Do you guys not think that Joe
I
Biden would
do.
like chase his dog out of
Yeah,
the
I
shower?
think he would.
Hold on.
Come on.
You want to know what my favorite thing about the story was? The conspiracy theorists who kept telling everybody. When was this? This was December 3rd, 2020. The conspiracy theorists who kept pushing, the election stuff, said that he didn't really break his foot. He's hiding the ankle bracelet.
Oh, what?
Yeah, no joke. So that's what they were saying. And my favorite was when they started believing that Joe Biden flipped and was now helping Trump. And he was like, it's just
great.
like, people look at a photo of Biden with a hurt foot and that's what they think. And I'm like, dude, he's an old man. He fell. He hurt his foot. Like,
Another
come
reason
on.
I question is because, like, you saw what they did with FDR when he was getting polio, is like basically making him paralyzed. They hid that from people for like years, I believe. I'm not sure exactly how long, but they didn't want people to know the president wasn't doing well. They'll hide that.
There is no plan. I keep on saying there is no plan.
There's really not. Scary and
Yeah.
sad.
Thanks for checking out this segment from the Timcast IRL podcast. But if you want to check out the full show live, tune in Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. And if you want more special access content, head over to timcast.com and become a member. Your membership helps sustain this company, keep our journalists employed, makes this show happen, and you will get access to exclusive members-only segments of the Timcast IRL podcast, and there's a massive library to check out. So again, go to timcast.com or tune in Monday through Friday at 8 p.m., and we'll see you all there.